morning. It's time to get up and walk the dogs. Hello guys. Oh, good morning, mate. Good morning. I like it. Too early. Morning guys, we're a little bit disjointed today. We don't have the ranger in action at the moment. Hey, just hold on a second. We don't have the ranger in action at the moment. I'm waiting for some parts. Hopefully I can fix it. So we're on the mini bike today. And it's a little bit slower, a little bit harder to ride. Obviously I'm riding one-handed because I'm holding the phone to film. And the dogs aren't sure of the usual routine or the usual direction. They're sort of all going in every direction and coming across each other. So I'm just taking a little bit of a break, get them all together, and then we'll start going in the one direction. There are still quite a few wet patches which make it very slippery on the bike. Had a couple of, let's say, hairy moments already. So I've got to take it easy. But I do have to maintain some kind of a speed to keep these guys going and following me rather than pairing off and following each other. When they start following each other, they can get a little bit too overzealous and start running their own show, which is why I'm stopping and regrouping them all here. As you can see, they're starting to pair up already, which is the mist violets, the shadows, the Kyla starting to get involved in that group, which isn't good. But with this bike, I can't actually keep up with them if they get too far in front. It's only a small bike. I've just figured out all the cows are across the road. Yeah, look at me. Nope. Nope. Cut it out. The best thing about Miss Violet is that she does keep running past you. She does keep doing loops and running past. So eventually she does run past and you can wave the finger in her face. And she sees that it's time to settle down. But she can only see it from about 3 or 4 meters away. It looks like she's looking at you and she's running towards you and you're giving her the shaky finger and she can't see anything until she gets really close. But she does run in little circles and loop around, so it makes it easier. We've got a couple of non-starters today. So So as expected, we've got a couple sitting out, and they are all the dogs that would usually ride in the Ranger with me. What? No lift? No way am I coming out this morning. And the last couple of days it's been particularly cold. I'm not sure why. The weather seems to be pretty good, but it has been really, really cold, even in the afternoon. A lot of wind chill factor, frozen fingers. I would say it doesn't really make much of a difference for me, whether you're in the Ranger or on the bike, as far as cold's concerned. There's no windscreen in the Ranger, so it's just as cold as holding a handlebars. Rightio. I think that's it. We got no Freddo, we got no Abra, no Tilly, no Rosco, no Cutie Pie. Didn't really expect them to come out for a mini bike run. However, we may run into a couple of them on the way back if they're just wandering up the hill, just having their own little walkabout. So let's see, we'll do a couple of laps along here. I'll try and avoid the muddy patches, the slippery bits. We'll get these guys huffing and puffing. And we'll go get some brekkie. Righto, you ready? Go. Good boy, mate. Well done. Oh, good boy. Well, it doesn't make as much of a difference to how cold it is for me, but it definitely makes a bit of a difference on the difficulty level, because with the hands being frozen, you end up having limited movement. Shadow, cut it out. You end up having limited movement, and you got to do a lot more finer movement to ride the motorbike. You got a lot going on: brake, accelerator, handlebar control, all one-handed. So I do find myself making little mistakes, and the risk factor is increasing. So we might just keep it up here where it's a little bit drier, a little bit more predictable, because I don't want to break anything. That won't be any fun. You don't heal as well in your 40s, so I'm not young and invincible anymore. Oh, hey, darling. No ranger, no run, huh? Now, Abra's not the biggest fan to run around without being able to ride shotgun with me. So, for the motorbike, if she doesn't get on early, she just turns around and goes home. So, got her out here now. As soon as I get on this bike, she's going to get on my lap. You watch. Good girl, darling. Good girl. Sorry, mate, there's not enough room for you, buddy. It's not enough room. I'm sorry. Look, you guys have got it too good for too long. Riding shotgun in the Ranger. There's no Ranger. Wait, don't push her off. Rosco, you're not going to fit, mate. You're not going to fit. Moose, cut it out. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. That's a good girl. Righto. Moose, cut it out. Better for you with the jacket on. Definitely makes it a lot harder to ride having an extra bit of weight on here, but it's so much warmer, so I'll take it. Hopefully you need to relax a little bit more. Let me move around. There you go, good girl, that's it, good girl. Abra's been wanting to do this for a while. Get through this rocky bit. Abra's been wanting to do this for a while, but I haven't let her because I've been wanting her to run. But she's just decided that she doesn't want to do anything unless I'm doing it with her. And if I'm not running, she's not running. So fair enough. That's what she wants to do. She's been persistent with it, so she wants to get on the bike. She can get on the bike. Hey? Ooh, yeah, we'll have to make maybe some kind of a little platform or something to make it a bit more comfortable for you. You're very good at balancing though, I must say. She's only using this tiny little bit with both front and back legs and then just leaning on me. She gets a bit nervous though on some of the bumpy bits where the wheels get a bit loose. Then she does push back into me, which makes it harder for me to steer, but we'll work it out, won't we, darling? We'll work it out. Good job. Righto, we got a downhill here. This is a little bit hard. I need to lean forward on this one. So I need you just to maybe put that leg there and lie down across my lap. What do you reckon? Yep, let's give it a go. Well done. Well done, darling. Together because I need to hug the bike on this bit, darling. So just get this leg up. There we go. That's it. That's it. Good girl. There you go. Good girl. You got it. You got it. Now we're talking. Now we're talking, darling. There you go. That's it. That's what we want. Good one. Good girl. Good girl. Well done. Oh no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm parking. You're right. You're right. I'm getting off. Good girl. How was that? How was that? Good job. G'day guys. But hey, nope. Heel. Me talking doesn't mean you just run off and do what you want. G'day guys. Oh, good girl, well done. Had to reload that one, didn't we? Hold on. But I just thought we would answer a few questions. We've got too keen, Abra, too keen. No. Good girl. Just got Abra healing next to me, or not really a really great heel, but she's very excited. She wants to go and run, but I'm holding her back because she's too intense. This will be part of one of the questions a bit later on, but first question, nope. Yeah. First question is, where did Kyla come from? Sorry guys, keep stopping because Abra is going way too far in front for my liking. She's hoping that I'm going to keep talking to you guys and forget about her, and she's going to take off. But not the case. I'm going to get this toy over here. Abra, engage. Oh, sorry mate, Tanky boy got it. Good girl. Nope. Good girl. Rightio. Back on track. Kyla. So Kyla came, oh hello darling, yeah I'm talking about you. Kyla kind of came through the back door. Kyla was owned by a friend of a family member. We don't really know this person, but they're obviously connected through a family member. Oh, hold on a sec. Hey bro. Mate, I'm just in the middle of walking the dogs and doing a video. I'll chat to you later on. Right mate, see ya. There's my brother Seamus just checking in. I'll call him back later. So Kyla is, or was, from a friend of a family member. We don't know these people, but they're obviously connected through a family member, and we don't usually take on dogs in this kind of situation. However, it is a situation that I could see just from what they were reporting, their personal life situation, their family situation. It was going to end up bad, and they needed help. And I just figured that, or Sam and I spoke about it, and we figured that it was going to be a much easier task to take her on now while she's young, rather than try and rehabilitate her when she's 18 months, 2-year-old, and much more difficult to handle. Kyla had the same behavioural issues as Abra, where she was very mouthy, jumping up, quite intense, and as we can see, you know, she has displayed all those behaviours here on the farm. We've worked on her quite a bit to get her to a point where, oops, sorry darling, get her to a point where she is able to be around the kids and the kids enjoy her company, which wasn't the case for her previous family, and it also wasn't the case for Abra before she came here either. Good girl. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. Abra drop. Good girl. Abra free. That's one intense puppy dog right there. So with the biting of the kids, which is pretty standard for all puppies, it can be quite an issue. But as I can see now, going on about a month or so here now, I don't know the dates exactly, but she does have more of an issue than the average puppy. Her mouthing and intensity as far as her excitement goes, and the way that she expresses her excitement and handles it, she does have more of a problem going on than what you'd expect with a everyday average German Shepherd puppy. Personally, we all love Kyla. We think she's amazing. She's a beautiful personality. She is a little bit sooky. She is a little bit, I'm looking for the right word to describe her, because she's definitely not weak. She's a very strong personality. However, it's more of a situation where she just doesn't like to be in the wrong. Let's call it that. And so anytime she is in the wrong, she's very remorseful, which is a really good trait to manage, personality trait to use for her training. It means that you don't have to put in as much work if you can use it to your advantage. In saying that, the amount of work that you save in the early stage doesn't add up in the long run, because she's that personality that is quite intense, just like Abra, that you're going to be working for a lot longer to really eradicate all the issues. You get initial response from her very quickly, and if she understands what you want, you very rarely get any attitude or resistance or defiance. So that's a positive thing. That's what I'm talking about. Whereas her drive is very strong, and her desire to protect, and in this case she's looking at the dogs in the pack that potentially need some behavior modification, in her opinion, are the dogs that she focuses on. So you've got Miss Violet, you've got Abra, anyone who's standing out as their intensity or energy level is higher than normal, she focuses on and tries to bring into line, and that's what's driving her. So all positive instincts, all positive personality traits, very strong drive. So there's not much of an issue that I see here at this stage, but I anticipate quite a few issues as she develops, and these aren't big things. You've just got to be ready for them. They're not major concerns, because we're equipped to deal with them, but I know we are going to deal with them at some point. And those are things that catch out first-time dog owners unawares, and they do turn into really big problems if they're not sorted out straight away as soon as the behavior creeps in. So we got to watch this one, don't we? But a beautiful dog. We absolutely love her. She's got all the really desirable personality traits that you want from a German Shepherd, and her issues with the kids as far as jumping and biting are all out of love. There is no malice in her at all towards us or the kids. It is just pure love. But when she's got really sharp claws and teeth and wants to say hello, she missed you by running up and jumping all over you and grabbing a hold of your sleeve, it's a bit of an undesired behaviour. But you know, we see this for what it is, and she's just a puppy. She has these issues that need to be dealt with, and we love her regardless. We know that they're just a phase. It's all part of growing up. She's in the right environment to get the training that she needs, and she's going to get it. It's just a process, and it's a matter of time. But I am seeing some very, very good qualities as far as her responsiveness to training at such a young age is very, very promising. So I've got a couple of questions. How does Abra and Kyla get along? And do you think there may be some competition in the future between them? Yeah, I'm going to have to say, good question. I did touch on that a little bit before, and I said I'd come back to it, and so here we are. So at this stage, there isn't really any hostility other than the fact that Kyla is recognizing Abra as being very intense. And, you know, you don't have to be too on the ball to figure that one out. Abra is one intense dog. So Kyla's taking on that, you know, German Shepherd nature to bring everyone into line, make sure everyone's doing the right thing, no one's doing anything they shouldn't be, and as far as she's concerned, Abra is way too intense and needs to be brought back into line. And, you know, when there's nothing going on and I'm just preparing food or chilling out, Abra and Kyla actually get on really well. They play really well. Like Abra will lie on her back while Kyla is mouthing her, and then they swap over. But every now and again, Abra says, "That's enough." And then the real teeth come out, and that's when Kyla's like, what's going on? I thought we were playing. So at this stage, they're quite good buds. It's kind of like a little bit of a mutual respect, because Abra doesn't really play with anyone. She will play every now and again, but it's good to see her soften up and allow herself to play, and Kyla's bringing that out in her. Later on down the track, things may change, and this is definitely one of those things that we have to watch out for. There are a lot of different behaviours that come in at certain ages, and I did just mention some of these things before about Kyla. We do need to watch as she develops, and she is going to be, by the look of her, quite a large dog, and therefore will command quite a lot of respect and presence naturally. And then we've got this attitude on top of it and this personality that's going to solidify that perception in the pack. So there's going to be a few dogs that are going to get their nose out of joint at this new pup that's all of a sudden rising to positions that she's naturally going to hold above them. There's going to be some confrontation with where she lands on that pecking order. Is she number 2, number 1, number 5, you know, number 6? Who knows? But that is pretty standard pack dynamics. If I was to guess, she's going to be up there, you know, in the top 5, you know, within 12 months. And then as she develops and gets older, she's almost certainly going to get into the top 1 or 2. It just depends on who's reigning supreme at the time. I can tell you right now, if that Queen Bee cattle dog Tilly is still around when she's trying to assume number 1, Kyla is not going to like the response there. Tilly ain't backing down to anyone. But I don't think that that timeline is going to match up for Kyla, unfortunately. Then you've got, you know, other dogs like Rosco and Banjo and Fredo, who again don't really take any crap from anyone, but they are going to have to come to terms with the fact that there's going to be another large, strong dog in the pack to contend with, and we just have to manage those relationships. Those relationships are always changing. They're always developing. There's always new behaviours coming in, and the dogs don't always behave or handle it the way that we anticipate, and so you just have to adapt at the time and deal with whatever is thrown at us. I personally love that floppy ear though. This is the other thing with that floppy ear that I forgot to mention before, with part of the reason why we end up taking on this dog. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that would probably be quite judgy at the fact that someone's given up such a young pup when they're still so, you know, malleable at this age. The reason why she has an ear that doesn't sit like the other one is because the other dog that this family has ended up giving her a solid bite, and she needed a couple of stitches on the top of her head, which those stitches have then pulled that ear in. So I kind of like it though. Kind of gives a character. Hey? Don't it? It's probably going to start to stand a little bit more normal as she gets bigger and her head develops, but at this stage we can all just watch with that cute puppy floppy ear stage that she's currently at. Even though she's getting big, she's already bigger than Joey. Rightio, what do we got with the next question here? Do you think there may be some competition in the future between them? This is with the Abra and Kyla thing. The answer to that is most definitely there will be. The puppy, the innocent puppy attitude that Abra currently has towards Kyla will disappear, and Kyla will turn into an adult dog, and Abra will likely not give her that leeway anymore of you're just a puppy and I'm not threatened by you. There will be a time where Abra lets Kyla know just who she is. Okay, so next question, this is a good one. Who is the fastest dog these days? And there is no question as to who this is. In my mind, there's no dog that can match it even remotely to the sprint speed of this particular dog. And it's been shown only on a few occasions. Hands down, the fastest dog on the farm at the moment is Abra. Could be a surprise to a few of you, and I would, you know, definitely wouldn't hold it against you. It was a surprise to me when I saw her kick into top gear and just leave Joey, Banjo, Hope, Moose for absolute dead. Like, she just scoots past them like they're standing still, makes them look like they're not even running, and I was just so impressed with how fast she is. But she doesn't use it in the usual way that the other dogs use it, so you don't see it that often. And what I mean by that is she only does it to get to whoever's in front so that she can just then drop it back to 75% effort and coast along in front of them and say, hey, I'm in front of you, just so you remember that. You know, that's her only motivation to get up there. So Abra, very, very impressive athletic specimen. She is very fast, and when the dogs all go for a sprint, whether it be through the gate or whether it be, you know, we just started a run or something, she will sprint from the back of the pack or mid-pack to the dogs at the front and then pass them, just to let them know that she's quicker than them. She's quicker than they are. So that's a good question. It's rare to catch on video, but we do catch it every now and again.